Good morning everyone, Lonewulfrick here, and it is a beautiful Monday morning here in Las Vegas as we look at the majestic MGM Grand Dragon here. Take a look over there. See the roller coaster going over in New York, New York. Nobody's on it, so this must be their test runs before opening today. Take a look around here. Never noticed that, but the clock, it's like on the New York says it's 2:30. It is not 2:30, it is about 10 a.m. here in Las Vegas. And it is a gorgeous day. Take a look at some jets throwing up some chemtrails over there. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Looks like we actually saw some snow this weekend moving into a couple of different areas here in America. I was watching the Green Bay game yesterday. So up in Wisconsin, they're getting a little bit of snow. And in the New England states, they're getting a little bit of snow. It's like I saw on the Weather Channel. So winter is definitely coming. It's already here in those spots anyway. But here in Las Vegas, it is 67 degrees right now as of the start of this video. Going up to a high of 81 degrees. So it is still fall here. We're just going to take a walk down the Las Vegas Strip here, see what's going on, see if a lot of people are out and about. It was a crazy busy weekend this past weekend. The hotels were, for the most part, sold out. Might have been a few rooms left at different places. I know the room rates were pretty exorbitant. On Saturday, I did a video where I talked about the rates of all the small motels and the non-gaming hotels, like Residence Inns and Homewood Suites, those type of places. I talked about their rates over the weekends, and everybody was getting their fair share of money, that's for sure. Like I said, it was a busy weekend. There was a lot of people out and about. I was on the Strip pretty much all weekend and shot a few videos showing the people roaming around here. It was just a really nice weekend. Temperature-wise, was over the weekend was about what it was today. Yeah, it was cooler in the mornings, and then at nighttime, it's like, you know, we get up to that. 81, 80 degrees, 82 degrees here, at least the afternoons anyway. These people are waiting here for the big bus stop. And we have a couple of new millionaires that were made this weekend on some hits on slot machines. We had one that hit at the Treasure Island on a Buffalo Gold Group machine. That hit the Progressive Buffalo Gold Grand. $1,089,000. That person hit the Progressive on that machine. And then we had a second one hit at the Circa Hotel downtown. Let's take a look in there. Alright, so this is how far along they are. It's like on the Raising Cane's there. So it looks like they got still quite a bit of work to do there. So, but at the Circa Hotel, Wheel of Fortune jackpot, another Wheel of Fortune jackpot, $1,075,000. So congratulations to those two folks. Yeah, they were millionaires for at least a few minutes before, you know, the taxes and everything get taken out of their winnings. But how about that, huh? Hey, let's talk a little bit about some NFL, what happened in the NFL yesterday. We had a slew of games, and what I'll talk about is I'll give you the scores and then kind of give you where the public had their money at. Let's see if the house won yesterday or if the public won yesterday. Our first game on the docket was the Indianapolis Colts and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Colts won 23-17. Now the Colts opened as a 10.5-point favorite, and that's where it closed at 10.5. And the total was 47.5, and that did not move either. So that looked like the betting was probably pretty light on that game, or it was split pretty much 50-50 down the middle. But the Jaguars did cover the spread, and the game went under. The next game was New England and Cleveland, and New England was all over Cleveland yesterday. New England won that game 45-7. That game opened, New England was just a 2-point favorite, and it was bet up to 2.5. So the public had some money on New England, so it looks like the public wanted the game. The total was 45, so that game went over the total, but it opened at 45 and it stayed at 45. So next up was Dallas Cowboys and Atlanta Falcons. Dallas won that game 43-3, and the public was all over Atlanta in this game. That game opened Dallas minus 9.5. That means they were a 9.5-point favorite, and it was bet down to 8 as the public money came in on the Atlanta Falcons, and Dallas won 43-3. The total was 54.5. So the game went under the total, and that game never moved off of the opening line. So, but House definitely won money on that game. Next up was Buffalo Bills and New York Jets. Buffalo won that game 45-17, and the public had money on the Buffalo Bills in that game. They opened as a 12-point favorite, and that was bet up to 13. And the total was like 47.5 and was bet up to 48. So the public had money on the over, and they had money on Buffalo, and both of those came in for the public. 45-17 was the final in that game. Tennessee Titans, New Orleans Saints. Tennessee won that game 23-21. Tennessee was a 3-point favorite, so the Saints covered that spread, and the total was started open at 45, was bet down to 44, and the number landed on 44. The total did. So if you were, if you got in early, you'd have won if you bet the under. Other than that, you get a push. The biggest upset of the day was the Washington no-name football team beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 29-19 yesterday. Tampa Bay was opened as a 9.5-point favorite in that game. That line did not move, which probably means they were getting good two-way action. The total was 51.5, and it was bet down to 51. And 29-19, that's a 48, which means the public won on that game also, as it went down a 0.5 point. Pittsburgh and Detroit, the first game of the year that ended up in a tie, 16-16. And this one's a little harder to judge. It's like where the lines went. When it was announced that Roethlisberger was not going to play, the sports books readjusted the lines. It opened Pittsburgh minus 8.5, and they readjusted to Pittsburgh minus 5.5. And the total was 40.5. So the game definitely went under the total. And Detroit got the money. Detroit covered the spread. Minnesota Vikings beat the the Los Angeles Chargers 27-20. The Vikings were a 3-point underdog in that game, and they won the game outright. That game, the total did not move, or the line did not move, but the total did move. The total was 53. It was bet up to 53.5. And so the house won on that one, as people were expecting a lot of points in that game, and it landed on 47. Arizona Cardinals, in the second big upset of the day, lost outright to the Carolina Panthers. Carolina was a 10-point underdog, and it was bet down to 9.5. So the public actually had the right side of that game, and the total was at 43. As the Carolina Panthers, with the return of Cam Newton, won that game. Green Bay Packers and Seattle Seahawks. Green Bay opened a 3.5-point favorite, and it was bet down as people were betting Seattle. It was bet down to 3. As Green Bay won that game 17-0. A good under game. And the total was 49.5. It only scored 17 total points, so it was a good under game. That line didn't move off of either way, so it sat right there. The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Denver Broncos 30-13. Now that game did move towards the Eagles. Denver opened a 2.5-point favorite. Denver off their big win over Dallas the week before. And it went from 2.5 to 1.5 as people bet Philadelphia. And the total opened at 45. The total stayed the same. So if you bet the Eagles, you won the money on that one. And it looked like most of the house had the money on that. So. And then last night on the Sunday night game here in the hometown Las Vegas Raiders, laid an egg last night. Chiefs won that game 41-14, and a total of 55. The line stayed the same. Kansas City opened a 2.5-point favorite, and it's like, so that stayed pretty much the same. 52.5 was the total opened up. It was bet up to 54, and it landed on 55. So if you bet the over, you won the money on that one. All right, so that's what we were looking at as far as the NFL yesterday. Hopefully your favorite team won. But we take a look at it from the betting standpoint. So the house won some games, the public won some games. So we'll see how it all washes out. I'm sure the casinos won a little bit of money. It's like when it's all said and done. So. All right, so let's see what else is going on here in Vegas. Like I said, it's a high of 81 today, and it's supposed to be like right at this temperature for. It's amazing how loud they can get the music here, isn't it? And it's supposed to be around that temperature all week, around the 80-degree mark. And then next week, it looks like there might be a little bit of a downward trend as we head into Thanksgiving week. So. But high on some of the days next week, it's like as far as Thanksgiving, it's supposed to be, maybe high 60s even to low 70s. So see, it's a little bit of a drop in the trends of where it's been here over the last 3 weeks or so.
This is what you were talking about.
And it looks like they got both of these escalators working here. Guy up there changing light bulbs on the big TV screen, hanging there off those ropes. He's right up there about the dudes at that third credit card. And now he's being attacked by the Taco Bells. You look up Harmon Street here. There's Harmon eastbound. And then back over towards the Aria and the Cosmopolitan there. Hope you saw some of those videos that's been posted the past week. It's starting to look a little bit like Christmas here, as some of the properties are getting their Christmas decorations up. The Aria and their hotel lobby area is getting their Christmas decorations up, and the Fashion Show Mall has some of their Christmas decorations up. And the Wynn Hotel. The Wynn Hotel has some of their stuff up here also, so check them out if you haven't seen them. If you need to get into that holiday festive spirit, give them a look-see and see if there's anything that looks pretty cool, or if they're the same old decorations. You know, we're waiting for the conservatory at Bellagio, which is always the best, to put their Christmas decorations up. And probably even the atrium area at the Mystic Falls at Sam's Town. They always do a beautiful job of putting their decorations up also, so. Come by this Bubba Gump here. Alright everybody, I think that's going to do it for today's video. Here, walk along the strip here, got a little bit of exercise, which is always good. Learned a little bit about the NFL and some of the line moves, and if the public won or if the house won. And once again, congratulations to those two big hits, the two new millionaires here in Las Vegas that were made. Alright everybody, if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. We greatly appreciate that. Keeps you in the loop of everything that's going on. And to our subscribers, thank you very much. We appreciate you greatly. There's that part of that big bus down there. We're heading up towards the MGM to pick those people up. Alright everybody, you all take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye everybody.